Hello, welcome to another one take review because I don't want to edit this video. So I'm going to be reviewing the new Sungazer EP, Sungazer Volume 2. Now, in case you don't know what Sungazer is, it's a two-man group with Adam Neely and Sean Crowder. I think that's how you pronounce his name. Adam Neely handles the production and bass playing, while Sean Crowder handles the drumming. Now, this EP is great compared to the previous EP that I reviewed. So, yeah, let me just go into a quick track by track, and let me start off with Drunk. Drunk is a great song, very great song. I love the drumming, its use of non-tuplets, I think, is what they are. Don't quite remember. There's a video about it in Adam Neely's channel if you're interested, and I'll put a link to it down below. The harmonies used by the guitar really do add to the atmosphere here. I really love the blend of jazz and electronic in this track. The moody atmosphere with this just dark atmosphere really just engulfs you with this great instrumentation. The use of vocal samples were very well done. I loved when it would explode. However, there was one part where the explosion kind of, for me personally, towards the end, did ruin the atmosphere, but when it came to the actual finale, it just started building up, and it was a very dense instrumentally, and it really just helped the track out. Now, Bird on the Wing, this is probably the worst track on this album. It's a weird 8-bit reggae instrumental, and I really did not dig the beginning, because you get this very immense dark track with Drunk, and then it just goes into Bird on the Wing with a fairly forgettable reggae-ish 8-bit thing, which some people would probably really like, but it really didn't do well for me at all. The interludes, though, which started like a minute in, which just go down and lead into this more atmospheric vocal sample-led interlude, really was the saving grace of this track. The drumming was actually really good as well. Not to the level that Drunk was, but it was still fairly strong. The ending really does drag, and I think there was a better time to cut it off a bit earlier than it actually did. Ostinato, I think that's how you pronounce it. Am I sure? Nope. But I really like the ultra glitchy 8-bit instrumentation and the vocal samples. They work very well together. The harmonies that are in the hook are, I described it as menacing but warm. If you listen to it, you might get it. You might not get it, but that's the best way I can describe it. It's a fairly distressing track, but that's in the best way possible. I really liked being distressed in this song. The shifting instrumental passages flew very smoothly. It never felt abrupt. The ending did drag a bit. I felt like there was this very powerful build-up, and then it just kind of closed out to like this ringtone, like someone's calling you, and it's like the do 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 do. It's not that, but it reminded me of it, and it felt like it was a fairly weak ending. I shouldn't have left my room door open, but do I really care that that happened? Not really. Am I gonna re-record this? Yeah, no. So you're just gonna have to deal with that, and I'm gonna have to deal with that, and we'll see how that goes. Why we fight? For some reason, the opening vocal sample of Stephen Hawking, it really didn't just sit well with me. I didn't like the way it was used, but I felt like it worked better in the end. That vocal sample worked pretty well, and I think it was also because there was like some synth chords. It might be synth, or it might be some string chords, whatever it is. I know it's like, I'm just gonna call it a synth chord, because I'm pretty sure that's what it is, but those but those synth chords on top of the sample worked very well, especially with context of previous vocal samples in the track itself. The instrumentation was very well done. While not really unique, it's still very well done. And something I haven't mentioned yet, the production in this album, EP, is very well done. Is it Kitsy Ghost level? No, but I wasn't expecting that because I'm pretty sure a YouTuber and a drummer who's his friend don't have the same production value that Kanye West would have. So it really didn't bother me that much. I really liked the glitchy third act. The drums were very, very well done here, as always. And I'm just gonna move quickly. After this, I might show just my camera stuff because it's fucking hilarious. Yeah, that's my thoughts on Why We Fight. I think it's one of the weaker tracks, but there's really only 5 tracks. But there's just 3 very strong tracks, and then those 2, Why We Fight, and the forgettable Bird one, Bird on the Wing, were just fairly weak in comparison to everything else. And finally comes Electro, which was one of the singles, which really grew on me, because the first time I heard it, I was like, I don't know how to feel about this, but the more and more I've heard it, it's grown on me more. So I can probably see Why We Fight and Burn All the Way being part of that group also. That it's just going to grow on me the more I listen to it. But it was, first, right off the bat, it was a great contrast to the ending of Why We Fight, because Why We Fight has this fairly big ending, and then Electro just starts with this boop 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 boop. I can't sing, but it's kind of like that. The way the vocal samples creep up for the explosion, the first climax, kind of reminded me of what of Untrue. I don't think it was like at the same level as that. Even at that same level, even though right now I feel like this EP just kind of edges it out a little bit, which is going to be a fairly, very, very controversial opinion, but welcome to my channel. This smile is ruining the video, but I'm already 7.5 minutes in, so will I re-record this? Hell no. That's the second time I said this. You should know that by now. I'm Dedrick. I'm very lazy to do this kind of stuff. The dubstep was a confusing way to go